Radio Bypass, bringing you rock and roll music that deserves to be heard. Discover new bands. Here's some old favorites on Radio Bypass.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us here on Radio Bypass. We've got another new to us band to introduce you to and discuss some rock and roll music with. Please welcome to Radio Bypass Joe Defiant from the band Defiant. Welcome, Joe. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, Ralph. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure, man. So you just came on my radar with a new single, At the Exit, that I absolutely love. It smokes. It's great. And we definitely want to talk about that. But because you're new to me, you might be new to some other folks that are going to check this chat out here. So I wanted to get a little bit of background. Every band's got a story, an origin story. How long has Defiant been together? I know you're based out of Pennsylvania, but how long have you been together, and what can you tell us about the band?
Yeah, we're based out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm sure everyone knows the Hershey chocolate. So that's Harrisburg market, so the capital city, central Pennsylvania. We formed in 2018, so this is our 8th year. But we probably really started, we had a good start in 2018 and 2019, and then obviously COVID hit, and we were hitting a stride, and then we kind of had to shut down, obviously, and go into writing only mode because we couldn't really play any shows for a while. But then once coming out of that, we really started to pick up again, and then we hooked up with Curtain Call Records, and we're really starting to see some momentum build back up. So
awesome. And speaking of the record label, you've got what, 2 or 3 EPs that came out previous to the single that I'm currently familiar with?
Yeah, we have 3 EPs out already, and At the Exit is the first single off of our 4th EP, which the whole EP isn't out yet. In this day and age, you kind of got to bleed out singles a little at a time and then drop the whole EP a little bit later, just so you don't dump 5 songs out at one time and it's over then.
Right. Yep, I know that drill.
Yeah.
But the previous EPs, I got a chance to go on your website and just take quick little listens of a few of the songs. And then part of the information that I learned about your band, some of these songs did really well for you in the past. Even though you're new to me, you've had some success with some of this past material.
Yeah, especially off the second, third EP, we've had 4 or 5 singles do pretty well, hit the top 30, top 40, definitely on the SMR charts, like the secondary market, rock charts. So we've started to see some success, and that's exciting. And the At the Exit came out January 30th, so this is at the end of its 3rd week, and it's doing well on Spotify and Apple Music, and we're starting to see some good numbers come in. So it's exciting.
Yeah, well, and that's an exciting song. I guess we'll get into the song. It's a good segue to it because I love it. I mean, I just love the opening guitar piece, and it just comes out charging. The whole song is just on fire, I think. But when I listen to the song, and I've listened to it several times, and we did play it on the music show when it got released as well. And everybody stick around. You'll hear it again at the end of our conversation here today. But I thought it was just almost a little bit of a lyrically, a little bit of a dark song, but also maybe hopeful. So I was wondering if you could kind of talk about what inspired that song.
Yeah, I play guitar in the band, so I don't write the lyrics. And that's a funny thing because Al, who our singer is, he'll bring the lyrics, and half the time I don't even know them all until we get to the studio, and I really, hear him sing them over and over and over again.
Right.
But so I still am trying to interpret the lyrics to it, if I'm being honest. But I agree that it's obviously somewhat, I don't know if it's relationship based or something doesn't go right. And it seems negative, especially in the first verse. And then it gets hopeful, and by the 3rd verse comes around, it almost seems like, okay, there's a chance for this to get better.
Right.
And I think that Al draws a lot from literature and politics and the state of the world we're in right now. And so my interpretation of it is that, we're not in the best place in America right now. Politically, we're all very divided, but there's always hope that we can come out of this on the other end, and things look better in the end. So we always have. I mean, with the name Defiant, we always have a little bit of a anti-political. Like we definitely don't get into politics as like telling people which side to pick or anything like that. We're just more the kind of question everything, and look out for yourself and each other, and that's what we got to do, is stay a community and stay strong together. So
Yeah, for sure. And that's a good reminder because we should definitely all do that. Well, I was just curious because, yeah, because I listened to him, like, and it's a little bit dark, kind of sad in the beginning. But then as I'm thinking, what does it mean to me? That's how I took it. That it's kind of, I'm in a dark place, but it's hopeful in the end, you know? So I was just kind of curious if that's spot on or not, you know?
yeah, and I love how he kind of changes the third chorus after the guitar solo, and it's at that point it's life goes on. Like
Right.
we got to keep pushing forward. We can't give up. We gotta keep moving forward. So I agree that it's a little bit, you know, sad at the beginning and then ending hopeful. So
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a great track. Like I said, just charges right out of the gate. And now that I realize you're the guitarist, which I think I knew that anyway, but that the whatever you came up with to come up with the way to open that with your guitar is fantastic.
yeah, the
It's
crazy
a
thing
great
about this,
opening.
it was the last song written for the EP, and it was probably I brought the main music to the band probably 2 weeks before we were going into the studio. So it wasn't even originally probably planned to be recorded. We dropped another song because we liked this one so much, and it kind of came together so fast. Like I brought that main riff and the main music bed, and Albert just started vibing off of it with the lyrics and the groove and everything, and it ended up being the first single. And it's funny how things work out that way sometimes.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And you know, listening to the music, you know, I know you guys obviously have a bit of a mixture of things, right? Like alternative and maybe a little bit of classic rock, this and that, kind of a punk metal in a way. So for those just learning about your band, how would you describe the sound of your band, and what were some of your guys' influences?
It's the $1 million question: how to categorize Defiant? Because
Because it's
and I
defiant.
yeah I'm sure you remember. I've always looked up to Lemmy from Motorhead, and he would just come out and say, "We're Motorhead and we play rock and roll."
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and I kind of that's how we've always been, is that we don't try to limit ourselves, like pigeonhole ourselves. Are you heavy metal? Are you post punk? Are you punk? Are you whatever? We just two guitars, bass, drums, vocals. We're rock and roll, and we don't try to limit ourselves by a genre. But yes, we have influences that are wide ranging. From we have like our drummer's really into Metallica, whereas I'm going to be more into like Social Distortion and the Misfits and the Sex Pistols and stuff like that. And then Albert, our singer, even comes from like a more melodic, like he loved and jam bandy, like kind of like the Grateful Dead. And then our bass player Paul is like Ramones and Black Sabbath. So when you hear all of our influences, we don't necessarily sound like one of them, but if you threw them all in a blender and poured it out,
Yeah, for sure.
probably what you get.
For sure, and that's exactly what I think too, from what I now know of your music. But I was wondering how you guys think about it. And then let's see. So we talked about the song. Now, what else did I want to ask you? How long the band's been together. So we've kind of covered some of the main things that I wanted to make sure we talked about today. But what I would like people to know, because like I said, I just love the song, and the little bit of spot checking that I got a chance to do today of some of your previous material. You're definitely a band I wish I knew about in 2018, right? Because I
Yeah.
really like it, and I wish I was following you all along, but I will be going forward, of course. But is there anything that, if people are discovering it for the first time, anything you would want them to know, like anything about the band at all?
Yeah, I just think that we're super community oriented. We have a great, like here in this area, we have a great following of a core of fans that just comes out and supports us every single time we play. And it seems to be growing every show we have, and it's exciting. And we we just welcome everybody in. We're a very inclusive community, and that's what Defiant's about, is creating a community around the music we make. And when you come to a Defiant show, I promise you're going to bang your head, you're going to shake your butt, and you're going to smile. Like, you're going to have a good time, and you're going to laugh because we'll make jokes. And uh, every Defiant show is different. We don't play to tracks. We don't play to a click track. We are very raw. And Al, our singer, also plays guitar. We're kind of dual guitar, and we have a thing where we're gonna, when one of us makes a mistake, we point at each other and laugh. Like, we're not gonna try to hide it. We have fun. It's a live show, right? It's not supposed to be listening to the CD.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
like, if you ever see us in your town, if you're anywhere close to the Harrisburg area and you see us playing, we want you to come out, have a good time, and I promise I'll give you your money back if you don't have a good time.
That's a bold statement, young man. A bold statement. And then I saw that you guys have played, a lot of shows, and I guess in this past summer you had released a single BOTE that I just now learned about, in these last couple of weeks. But it looks like you've done a lot of shows. Are you going around the country, or are these all shows that were played in your state, in your area?
Last year we hit the road pretty good. I mean, for us, we're still, obviously, because people are still learning about us. We don't do this for a living at this point. We all have day jobs. So we try to do as much as we can to get out. Last summer we did a 10-day tour with Rehab and Scotty Austin and Mickey Avalon, which was a lot of fun. So much fun. Those guys were all so welcoming and great to us. And then we do a lot of weekend runs where we've hit, like, the Indianapolis market, Kansas City, South Carolina, North Carolina. So we haven't really gone west of probably Kansas City. We focused on the East Coast and the Southeast. But as we've grown and gone out, we've learned. We used to take every show we could get, especially locally. But then you learn that you're going to burn yourself out and you're going to burn your fans out. They can't come to every show. So you got to pick your spots, make them special events. So we don't play locally as much as we used to. But they're usually pretty fun, big events when we do. And then we try to get out as much as we can. We're going to hit the Midwest, I know, this summer. Not a lot of it's been announced yet, but yeah, we're definitely going to get out this summer.
Awesome. And I'm originally from Chicago, and yeah, I can think of a lot of people that would dig what you guys are doing for sure.
I was born in Bloomington, Illinois. So.
Oh, you're kidding? That's where my daughter lives right now.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
My parents were both ISU grads, so I was born
too.
in Bloomington. So.
Oh, is that funny? Did you grow up there or just born there?
No, I was born there, and when I was about 2, my parents moved to Omaha, Nebraska, and I grew up in Nebraska until probably the end of 8th grade, and then we moved east to the for high school and stuff. I was out in Pennsylvania then at that point.
Gotcha. Oh, wow, what a small world.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
I'm still
cool.
a Cubs fan, still a big Cubs fan. So.
All right, good man. So am I.
All right, there you go.
I'm in Sacramento, California the last few years, but my heart is still Chicago, even though I like a lot of things here too. So don't get me wrong, Sacramento. Love you. But
I'm sure the winters are better in Sacramento.
they for sure are. They for sure are. I was back there in January for a couple of weeks, and it was quite cold. Like 40 below feels like temperatures while I was there. So yeah, I was glad to get back here. Well, that's funny. And then speaking of live dates, do you have anything coming up soon?
Yeah, the big one that's announced right now is on March 25th here in Harrisburg at XO Live. We're opening for Burning Witches. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Yeah,
They're,
I've
yeah,
played them on the show. Yeah.
yeah, the all-female metal band. So we get to open for them at one of the big clubs in our town, XL Live. So we're really looking forward to that one. And then, like I said, there's a lot this summer that just hasn't been announced yet. So I guess I can't really talk about it yet. But yeah, we'll be out and around this summer. So if you're into us, check us out. Defiantpa.com is our website, and that links you to all our socials and streaming and all that stuff. So
Perfect. And I'll put some links up in this too for you guys watching. All right. Well, man, great to have you and get to know you a little bit. I'm anxious to learn more. Can you tell us, so, At the Exit's still new, but you mentioned releasing maybe another single or two ahead of a full EP. When might we get another taste?
I would assume that the next single probably drops in early summer. I mean, the late John and Curtain Call hasn't given me the date yet, but I would assume probably to coincide with a lot of these summer stuff we're going to be doing. So probably June timeframe.
Got it. Okay. Well, we'll definitely look forward to more. All right. Well, it was great to get to meet you, Joe. And
Yeah, appreciate
everybody,
you.
don't go anywhere because we're going to crank up At the Exit right now. And you guys want to turn this up just a little bit louder because this is definitely a great blasting song. And if you're driving, great road song. Just everything about the song smokes. So, Joe, thanks so much for taking some time for Radio Bypass.
Yeah, thanks, Ralph. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. All right, everybody. Here you go. Defiant, At the Exit. Turn it up.